Imagine a life where nothing can break you down, a life so composed that while everything around you loses control, you stand in perfect command of yourself. When people insult you, you don't get angry. When situations collapse, you don't panic. That is how you will be when you master the power of less emotional reactivity. In this lesson, we're going to explore the Stoic art of emotional mastery, how to be less emotionally reactive, how to take command of your thoughts and feelings, and how to stand like a fortress amidst the storms of life. Because once you learn to rule your emotions, nothing and no one will ever rule you again. So take a deep breath and stay with me till the end. Step 1. Understand that emotion begins in the mind. Every emotional reaction begins not in the heart, but in the mind's interpretation of events. We suffer not because the world is cruel, but because we perceive it as such. When someone gets you angry, anxious, or offended, your mind decides whether to interpret it as an injury or mere noise. If plans fall apart, your mind decides whether to see failure or redirection. To be less reactive, you must train your perception. Refuse to label every discomfort as disaster. See things for what they are, not what your emotions exaggerate them to be. When your mind no longer twists every inconvenience into catastrophe, your emotional balance begins to strengthen like tempered steel. And in that moment of clarity, you realize the truth. Life cannot disturb you unless you allow it to. Step 2. Create the space between feeling and your action. Most people live as emotional slaves, instantly reacting to every stimulus, every word, every shift in circumstance. But the Stoic learns to create space, the sacred gap between feeling and response. In that space, wisdom lives. It is where emotion loses its grip and understanding begins. When frustration rises, breathe before you speak. When disappointment strikes, reflect before you judge. When anger surges, pause before you act. That single moment of awareness can transform the entire outcome of a situation. It separates the impulsive from the wise, the fragile from the disciplined, the ordinary from the truly strong. Remember, mastery does not come from never feeling emotion. It comes from not being possessed by it. The goal is not to suppress what you feel, but to govern it with clarity and composure. Marcus Aurelius taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Step 3. Build mental strength through reflection and practice. Emotional mastery is not achieved through willpower in a single moment. It is built day by day through reflection, awareness, and intentional practice. At the end of each day, ask yourself, where did I lose control today? What emotion ruled me? What could I have done better? This daily dialogue with oneself builds a fortress of understanding. It allows you to identify your emotional triggers before they control you. It turns unconscious reaction into conscious response. If you fail, reflect. If you succeed, record it. Each reflection strengthens your internal discipline. Each conscious moment carves a clearer path toward inner steadiness. Becoming emotionally strong is not about never falling. It's about not staying fallen. It is about rising each time with greater clarity, humility, and resolve. Step 4. Live by principle, not emotion. When you live by clear values, integrity, patience, discipline, justice, you no longer make decisions based on temporary emotions. You act according to what is right, not what feels right. Emotion fluctuates, principle endures. When you anchor your life to principle, you stand firm while others drift. You respond from character, not chaos. Ask yourself daily, what kind of person do I wish to be? Do my reactions reflect that person? By living according to principle, you become consistent, calm, and grounded. And the more consistent your values, the less room emotion has to dominate your decisions. Let your principles be your compass when emotions try to lead you astray. Step 5. Reframe challenges as training. Every emotional challenge is not a curse, it is a test, a chance to grow stronger. When someone provokes you, it is an opportunity to practice patience. When plans fail, it is an opportunity to practice resilience. When you are misunderstood, it is an opportunity to practice humility. When you master the art of reframing, every difficulty becomes a gym for the soul. Just as the body is strengthened through resistance, the mind is strengthened through adversity. By reframing life's challenges, you convert pain into progress and anger into understanding. Each trial becomes a step in the construction of your unshakable self.